EMANON. This is a band who have been kind of around in the music scene here in Japan, in Tokyo especially, for a little while now. And I have kind of failed to pick up on them, and I really want to sort of pick up and start getting into their stuff, mostly because the other day I saw them live. They were at a show I was going to. I was there to see a few bands. One of them was And Cool, band I really enjoyed. And then when EMANON came on stage, I was like, good, I finally get to see this band live. They came on and they were really good, but I noticed that they were using And Cool's guitarist, and then I found out later that EMANON's guitarist has changed recently, and I'm assuming they're looking for a new guitarist, so that was kind of like the temporary fix. So I'm kind of fascinated. This is a group who, every time I'm like looking at gigs to go to here in Tokyo, EMANON's name is always coming up on various things. Sometimes it'll just be a person or a band who you just keep on missing them. And they were at the Lupinus Festival recently, but they were playing at exactly the same time as one of the bands who I've got a really sort of long history with. And so I was like, I wanted to see EMANON, but I had to go see the other band. I keep on missing them. I was so glad to finally see them, especially because it was at Eggman, which is a really cool venue. It's got a lot of prestige, Eggman. A small live house, but a lot of history to it. So, I was really cool seeing them. Time to jump in and listen to their new song, though, which came out 3 hours ago. Damn, we're on time. Let's give them a like. Whatever it is, unless something terrible happens and I have to remove that, I'm going to give them a like right now. Let's get some EMANON. This is a song called Reach You. I'm excited. I'm hoping to like this. It looks like it's filmed. Is this like a live music video? We're about to find out. Because if it is, I might be in it. There's too many bands who've got videos out where you just see this grey hat bobbing around. We've seen this a lot of bands. You'll start seeing this. Look for Japanese bands and they'll be like this little hat bobbing around. That's me. Oh. That's an energetic start. Ooh. Very funky. I think I've heard this song live. Love the build up. That double time beat is such a cool choice. Oh, and then back to the halftime, but with a double kick filling in the space. Sad face, no. I thought it was just a behind the scenes video, but there's storyline. Oh, is that Navy Floor? I'm loving them. Yeah. Just there's such a kinetic energy to the drums, to everything underneath it. Can't believe the song's nearly over. I want more. Oh, nice. Again, shifting that rhythm. All right. We got a lot to talk about here. Yeah, nice. They end it like an 80s movie. Titles come up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I am significantly more pleased with this than I can even say. So basically, okay, I saw them live, but I always say this, when you see a band live, pretty much it's easier for bands to be kind of good live if they've just got a good energy. And I already knew that these guys had a really good energy. I'm just having a look and. Okay, yeah, so I'd seen, so basically I was really interested in hearing the composition, just the way they put together the song, you know, because when you've got those studio settings, that's where you let your creativity out, that's where you really show your ideas. Now, I just wanted to quickly mention, and this is worth mentioning because of the fact I'm doing this now, I had heard one EMANON song before, on one of my Twitch streams. Someone had brought up this song Out of Control, which I can't believe that's only 7 months old. That feels much older, that feels like over a year old. Time doesn't fly. You know, so I had heard that one, and I've got to be honest, when I heard that one, I was like, this is good, but it was like, it felt like it was not quite as tight. This song feels tight. This feels concise. It feels like it's got all of these ideas. And the funny thing is that there's not a huge amount. It's not like there's loads of stuff going on in the song. You know, the guitar's quite clear. The bass, for the best part, is pretty rooted, but everything about this is nicely put together. Now, one of the things I have to give massive credit to is I think the drum work in this was brilliant. I loved it. Loved the fact that the mix also gave it a lot of prominence, gave it a lot of punch. Just the way it sort of started off as this sort of really head-banging mid-tempo start. And at the beginning of a song, the drum beat is giving a lot of room so that, you know, the guitar and the bass can build up that funk, and the bass is just kind of, so the drums are just kind of setting out a rhythm. And then it builds up and it builds up, and then you go into the chorus and it's double time. And then I love that thing that they often do this in punk songs, you know, really good thing. You go double time in the chorus and everyone's sort of headbanging. And then just when you think that that's like where the energy is, it goes down to half time just so that you can really accent certain beats and just add an extra sense of drama right at the end of the chorus. Loved how it did that, you know, just sort of like feeling every single moment. Is there a moment where we can shift the rhythm to give it an emotional punch right up to that very last bit there? Beautiful. I love the way that the drums were playing that game. The bass was interesting because the bass was very much a rooted kind of bass here. Now, I often complain about basses that just play the root note, but this was nice because there were like the occasional octaves, there were little bits in there where it was deviating away, but I really felt like the bass here was trying to set like a solid chord pattern because the drums were being very playful. And the guitar was kind of being funky. It was kind of like playing in this sort of stabbing, funky way. It wasn't like playing like a sort of heavy rock song. It was playing more like a very creative kind of funky style. So I really enjoyed the way that that kind of played out. It was simple, but really effective. It was energetic and powerful rather than super complex, but all the changes came in the right places. Like I say, the bass just knew when to put in these little octaves, these little cool bits, and the bass tone was lovely. Drums, again, the tone was lovely. This was a really well mixed song, I should point out. And then on top of all that, we have to give credit to the vocals. They just really worked. I liked it. Nice, melodic, emotional. The singer is clearly not like one of those sort of super powerful singers. So instead what she's doing, yeah, because you get some singers who've got that power and you've got some singers who've got just the power to convey more of a human emotion. And that's what I liked about her singing. It's like the song's doing all the loud stuff and she's like conveying, I really kind of felt like in the chorus, that repeated phrase, da, 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 you really feel her pushing out the emotion. And I like that, you know, you can really get there's a nice personable sense to what she's singing here. So, and you know, I'm a big fan of that. You know, I mean, like I said, I like there to be contrast, different shades in songs, so you can really get more out of it, more complexity, more emotion, more layers. It gives you more to re-listen to. And yeah, to me, this was really nice. But I have to give it massive credit as well. As much as at the end, I was like, oh, I could go for more of this. I respect bands who are concise about their songs. You know, you get to 2 minutes 44 and you're like, we good. Hey, if you want more, go press repeat play. That's a fair tactic. I think it was nice that they were disciplined and concise about the song length. This was just cool. I really enjoyed this. I really did. So yeah, usual thing, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. I hope you enjoyed it too. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, I'm going to go check out more EMANON sometime soon. Until then, ciao, ciao.